Earlier, GBNews reporter Davie Donaldson spoke to the Drugs Policy Minister and asked her about what she thought of the report's conclusions.
Well, I very much welcome the task force report. They have stepped up to the plate. They have delivered their vital life-saving recommendations earlier than anticipated. They have provided a bold blueprint on what needs to happen in the future, and it's now my job to take that report, give careful consideration to all 20 recommendations and 139 action points, and to report back to Parliament on the detail on how we are going to move forward with the national mission to save and improve lives.
The naloxone rollout seems a very positive step.
Yes, so the Police Scotland are the first police force in the world to commit to the carriage of naloxone, and that is an important step forward. But of course we need to prevent people from having an overdose in the first place, and what the task force report does and what the Scottish Government National Mission is all about is that cross-cutting agenda that we can no longer look at drugs policy in isolation, that drugs policy needs to be absolutely connected at the hip with tackling homelessness, tackling poverty and inequality, improving people's mental health, and of course education and prevention.
There's a staggering statistic earlier on, 18 more times likely to die if you're in a poverty situation.
Absolutely, and that is a staggering and unacceptable statistic, because we have to remember for every life lost is a personal tragedy and represents someone who at some point in their life has been let down by services and society at large. And that's why across the Scottish Government we are focused on tackling poverty and inequality. We have a child poverty delivery plan that's backed up with resource. We have a Scottish child payment which is targeted at families most in need, something that doesn't exist anywhere else in the UK.
They've got the drug-taking centres that's also going to be rolled out as well. Some people look at that and think that's pretty controversial, that you're offering a centre to people to take drugs.
So there is a proposition with the Crown Office around safer drug consumption facilities, and this is where we need to be bold and brave and follow the evidence. And the evidence internationally and from around the world shows that while safe drug consumption rooms are not a silver bullet, because nothing is, but they do help to save lives. And when the new facility in New York was opened, for example, it helped to save 57 lives in the first 3 weeks.